Happy Halloween, everybody! It is Tuesday, October 31st, and it is time to have some Halloween and Britney fun. So I felt it was only appropriate to do Oops, I Did It Again. I don't know why my cord is doing this weird thing, and I'm trying to fix it, and I apologize, but there we are. I hope everyone is doing good. I am excited for today. In case it was not obvious, I am doing Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears as my costume. We're going to have fun with it this year. I opted to not do the green screen behind me. I did the green screen last year when I did Give Me More because I was like the cover of the album of Blackout. Or not Give Me More. It was Blackout. It was Blackout. I associate with Give Me More because lead single. But um, I do want to show you guys before we get too far in. Our two of our boys, our fluffy boys today, are dressed up as Mike Wazowski and Sully from Monsters Incorporated. So we decided to do a fun costume for Lacey to go with it. So I could show you guys Lacey. So Lacey's Boo. So she got the pom poms and the shirt. So yes, we are Boo and Britney. And because I have Lacey here, it's hard to put up the green screen. So I figured you guys would rather see Lacey with her pom poms being Boo than have the green screen effect. I think I made the right call. But yes, that's what we did today. So if you guys want to let me know in the chat, are you dressing up at all? What are you dressed up as? If you're going to, are you going to any parties tonight? Are you having any fun tonight? Let me know. So what we have today planned is obviously our beginning is normal. I will do all the housekeeping in a moment. Then we're gonna do the book club. Then we're gonna do some Halloween fun stuff. We're gonna have a halftime, and then we're gonna do What the What. So, if you had never seen me before, hello, my name is ItsKim. I am a pop culture commentator. You may have seen me from around the internet or possibly on Netflix. My proudest moment in life, my legacy, laughing at a woman pooping the bed. My parents are very proud. I mean, all fairness, like, yeah, my parents are proud. My in-laws are proud. Everyone's proud. It's funny. Um, um, but I love to stream and hang out with my community, the Space Angels. We go over different headlines. I also love psychology, mental health, and Britney Spears. So we're talking a lot right now about the book, but that's not all we cover. We cover lots of other stuff as well. Um, if sorry, if you've never watched the show before, this is a live interactive show where I communicate with the community. If you're watching on the replay, hello, thank you for watching. There are timestamps in the pinned comment below to help you find the places where you want to watch the stream, or you can just watch the whole thing. I do interact with my chat. Hello, Space Angels. My members, if you are interested in membership, feel free to look into joining. If it's not something you can do right now, that's fine. Enable gifts because we tend to have people gifting memberships in this chat from time to time, and you may find yourself with a membership if that is something you would like. I think that pretty much sums up everything. I think we're good. Regular housekeeping. Please make sure you are subscribed. Please make sure you like the stream. If you don't like the stream and you don't want to be here, I don't know why you're here. That's unfortunate. But thank you all so much for choosing me and being with me here today. I know this isn't the normal time, so it's just going to be a fun stream. We're not going to take it too seriously. We're just going to have a good time. All right, so how is everybody doing in the chat? I see a gifted membership from General Scott. Thank you very much for the gifted membership and supporting this community. It is very appreciated as always. I also wanted to say thank you to Heather, who sent me a PayPal last night after the show wrapped. Very much appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Thank you very much for that support as well. Thank you, Linda. Happy Halloween, everyone. Yes, Linda has actually prepared some stuff for us today. So I feel like you don't have to send all the super stuff in. Thank you, though, Lena. That's very kind of you. I am loading my other chat so I can see what sticker it is because I can't see it. It's the cat. Meow. It's Salem. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. Okay, so we are going to attempt to wrap up the stream by 2. or tooth, because I don't want to be going at the same time as Andy and Steph, and I know they are streaming today, and it's Andy's first stream back in the studio since his surgery, and I'm so happy to hear that, and I hope he's doing okay today. So I definitely want to be there to support him in that, because it's been a long road, and I'm very happy that he is recovering. So yeah. All right. So shall we start the normal content? You want to go? Let's go. All right. So today we're going to be going over the book club part 2. This is going to be covering chapters 9 to 17 of Britney's book. And I guess we can just get started. So, as a normal disclaimer, this stream includes a lot of speculation and opinion and should not be taken as fact. I share my opinion. I also always have sources pinned in the description below, in a Google Doc that you can take a look at. Kind of backs up what I'm talking about. But a lot of the source material that we're going to be talking about today is from Britney's book, The Woman in Me, which you can get wherever books are sold. You can also get it on Audible. All that type of stuff. So there's ebooks, there's hardcover, there's the audiobook version. Feel free to check it out for yourself. All right. And also, hello, YouTube human reviewer. As always, I do my best to abide by your terms and conditions and your community guidelines. I just hope you know that I am, as always.
I'm trying.
And I will do my best, as always, to respect all of that. Sorry, I just realized I didn't have my banner on. I should have done that. Oh, hi, Wancho. Oh, snap, Kim. I hope you're doing okay, my friend. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, we just saw we got a new member.
And there was a super sticker.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. I'll go back and look at the support. Hello, Patty. Welcome to the Space Angels. It's great to have you. For any of the new members, I did want to let you guys know there is a playlist on the main page of my channel that says Space Angels Only. It's stuff exclusively for you, and you are welcome to go check that out. It is hours and hours and hours of content that I have made just for you. So I hope you will enjoy that as well. Also, thank you so much, Heather, for the super sticker. Oh, with the wow. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I hope the costume's good. I hope you guys enjoy it. It was fun. It was fun to do. All right. So the book where we left off is chapter 9. And this is where Britney is talking about doing the video for Baby One More Time. And originally what was supposed to happen was she was actually supposed to be dressed up like a Power Ranger. It was a very weird concept for the video, and she did not want to do it. She wanted to do a video that teens would relate to. So she looked for New York dancers. There was something for her. She talked about that as much as she loves LA dancers, she also really, really, really loves New York dancers because there's a level there of almost like more heart, she said. Like there's just something that they do that's different there. And that's like, she prefers it. So she did that. She also talks about the mall tour that she did around that time that she really didn't like, but she didn't know what she was doing. And ultimately it all worked out because when the song dropped, it picked up steam pretty quickly and it sold 10 million copies. It debuted at number 1. So I guess we can't really complain about the way that everything went down because it worked. All right. Keep going. She reflected then on the Rolling Stone photo shoot that she did with David LaChapelle, whom she's worked with on multiple projects since. This was the photo shoot that was super controversial because she was in her underwear with a Teletubby, was a whole thing. She also mentioned her love of Paula Cole, whom she met in New York, and she loves the songs Feel in Love and I Don't Want to Wait, and realized how powerful it can be when women defy expectations. The full circle moment here of Michelle Williams in the audiobook talking about the theme song for Dawson's Creek is so cool. I remember just that kind of like stuck out to me for a number of reasons that it was so neat to really see her referenced that when it was such a big part of Michelle Williams's life. For those of you that don't know, Michelle Williams really was introduced to the public through her role on Dawson's Creek, so that was pretty cool. Also, Britney loves the song "Feel in Love" and by Paula Cole, and she actually sang to that while she was getting ready for her tour stop in Mexico during the Dream Within a Dream tour, and you can see it in the Stages documentary. So I thought that was pretty cool. Alrighty, next one. Boom. Brittany talks in chapter 10, the beginning of chapter 10, about being head over heels in love with Justin. And I pulled this quote because I thought it was really good. And it says, Justin Timberlake and I had stayed in touch after the Mickey Mouse Club and enjoyed spending time together on the NSYNC tour. Having shared that experience at such a young age gave us a shorthand. We had so much in common. We met up when I was on tour and started hanging out during the day before shows and then after shows too. Pretty soon, I realized I was head over heels in love with him. So in love with him, it was pathetic. Ugh. When he and I were anywhere in the same vicinity, his mom even said this. We were like magnets. We just find each other immediately and stick together. You couldn't explain the way we were together. It was weird, to be honest, how in love we were. I think it's interesting now hearing Brittany talk about this and using words like weird and pathetic. Um, it's kind of, it makes me sad, but I think one of the things I will realize that I've realized about this whole situation with Brittany and Justin as I've read through this book is I really feel like Brittany loved him more than he loved her. I don't know if any of you guys got that vibe about them as you read the book. Sarah, I just saw your comment. Utah State Fair. I guess you saw Brittany, and it was because they saw her at the mall show, loved her, and asked her to perform for us. That's so cool. That's awesome. Just double checking I'm not missing part of the message. I think I got it though. That was neat. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, as Marcia said, she was young. I understand young lust is crazy. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Linda, for showing my link tree. This is also the chapter 10, of the viral clip now that has blown up the internet of Michelle Williams reading the faux shiz moment that Justin Timberlake had. I'm not going to go super deep into that because I feel like we've probably all already seen it. But yeah, very awkward encounter, very, very weird, and very much showing that Justin was trying so hard to be cool. And it was awkward and cringy and uncomfortable. One of the things, though, that Brittany did mention in this chapter was that she started to notice that the questions that she was being asked in the press were very different than the questions that NSYNC was being asked in the press, particularly the focus on her on her breasts. It was super duper weird. And she was very uncomfortable. A lot of people were also wondering if she had plastic surgery, which she said she did not. She talks about running into Madonna and how the two of them would greet each other as friends, but also when she got to meet Mariah Carey and she totally fangirled. Um, and she actually says in the book that she's not Mariah to her. She is Mariah Carey because she's Mariah Carey. And I love that so much. It's just, you could tell, like, we stand. She was at an award show one night and got a picture with her, and that was the best part about the whole night for her. We believe that this is the picture. We're pretty sure this is the one that she's referring to, and when I say we, I mean based on, like, the fan consensus, based on what I've seen, pretty sure it's this photo. Then she also shares about her memories of performing at the VMAs, the performance where she's saying, I can't get no satisfaction, and then oops, I did it again. And Brittany seemed to be surprised when people made a really big deal out of what she was wearing and the reactions from parents and the media. She felt like everybody was taking shots at her, saying that she wasn't authentic. And I love this quote from the chapter. She said, I was never quite sure what all these critics thought I was supposed to be doing. A Bob Dylan impression? I was a teenage girl from the South. I signed my name with a heart. I liked looking cute. Why did everyone treat me, even when I was a teenager, like I was dangerous? Yeah. She also mentioned that at that point, she started to see older men pop up in her audiences and were leering at her like some kind of Lolita fantasy. She was very uncomfortable. It seemed that no one could think of her as sexy and capable or talented and hot. So she tried to protect her heart and she started reading religious books and also started to take Prozac at that time. She said when Oops came out, she became a household name, built her mom a house, settled her father's debts in hopes of giving her family a clean slate moving forward. So again, really does show Britney's trying so hard to take care of her family, even at that age when she's, on top of the world, everything else, still thinking about her dad, even though he's not really been that present in her life, still trying to take care of everybody. Then we go into chapter 11. Now, I will say, I feel like at chapter 11, we started going hyperspeed through Britney's career. And this has probably been my biggest complaint about this book. I wish this chapter was bigger and split into multiple chapters because some of this stuff I feel like she's kind of explaining, like, oh, it was just like a Tuesday for me, basically. And for me, it was like, well, pop culture just had a life changing event essentially over and over and over again. Um, but I guess for her, there was so much happening at the same time. Like it was just one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. She just didn't get super deep into it. So she talks about her Super Bowl performance alongside NSYNC and Aerosmith in 2001, being the most powerful woman on Forbes' list of most powerful celebrities. She also talks about the tabloids, and that's when they really started making a lot more money off of her. And she was basically keeping some of them in business. Then she talks about the slave performance at the 2001 VMAs where she danced with the snake Banana. Hello, Banana. And she was terrified through the whole performance, but she did her best. She also talked about performing with Michael Jackson as well as filming the Pepsi commercial. And I mean, like, how quickly we are going through these events in this book. I was just like, no, but I want to know more. Like, I want to know more about these things so badly. But I guess Brittany just didn't feel the need to get into it. Then we moved into Crossroads, where she talked about how acting kind of made her feel like she became a different person. And it wasn't good for her mental health. So she expressed some relief that she didn't get the role in the Notebook because it would have separated her from being able to do things for her album In the Zone. So no regrets now, but we actually all have now probably seen her audition tape for The Notebook, where she was actually really good. It was down between her and Rachel McAdams. And she would have been working again with Ryan Gosling, who was on Mickey Mouse Club with her. So small world. But I think at the end of the day, things turned out the way that they were meant to. Chapter 12 starts with her talking about Rock in Rio in January of 2001. This performance in Brazil, she remembers very fondly. You actually can watch this whole show on YouTube. It is available. It was filmed, but all of the all of the recordings of it that I can find look like they were filmed with a potato. It's very old VHS rips. It doesn't look super great. But what I did find was a fan spent, I guess, 50 hours remastering one performance out of that show, which is the Crazy performance. And I have that link actually in the description if you want to see it. So you can see that show because she really doesn't mention many shows in particular in this book, which makes me think that like this is one that really sticks out in her mind that she was very proud of. So if that's something you want to see, you can check that out. After the show, she said her and her dancers went skinny dipping and had a night of rebellion and freedom. And she also said that the Dream Within a Dream tour was her favorite. She also then revealed that she was offered a role in Chicago, like the Chicago movie with Richard Gere and Renee Zellweger. Um, like that could have been amazing, but she did turn it down because she wanted to stay safe. That was her, and she has some mixed feelings about that of whether or not she should have done it. Um, she also reflected on being the youngest performer slash host on SNL, which I thought was very cool. And Jamie Lynn has now entered the chat in this book. Hi, Jamie Lynn. And this was where I started to get very surprised about a few things because I expected her to talk a little bit more fondly about Jamie Lynn, especially when she was a child, because it did seem around that time that Britney did care a lot about what Jamie Lynn thought of her. She was very, very protective of Jamie Lynn, and I understand that. I mean, she literally built a house for her and her mom, so that she'd have a better life than what she did. Um, but she said Jamie Lynn got whatever she wanted, and that the song Seven Rings by Ariana Grande comes to mind when she thinks of her with the I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. And I'm like, "Oh, this is brutal. Absolutely brutal." Insane. Then she shares that her and Justin had a home in Orlando. Yes, they got a house together, and that she came back every few months just so her and Justin could be together for an extended period of time. She also reflects on the denim and denim look, that iconic moment, which I did actually consider for today, but that was not going to happen. I tried. Um, so she also shares that she knew that Justin had cheated on her multiple times with multiple women. Two in particular that were active in the entertainment industry, and she does not want to share who these people are. She doesn't want to name them um, because they have families now. She doesn't want to drag them into this, but she wants to acknowledge that, yes, she was cheated on. And she also shares that she had heard rumors about various dancers and groupies. So there was probably more. And I feel very happy now that I can say this. I have heard those same rumors for years. Years. Particularly the groupie thing. I have nothing to authenticate it. I can't tell you that it's 100% true. But I believe it's true. Yeah. Some of these affairs were reported in the press, and she states that in her anger, here we go. Here's the big controversy, everybody. Here we go. She states in her anger, one night she made out with Wade Robson, her choreographer, but she told Justin and they moved past it. Now, I know there's been some talk lately, in particular, that someone who knew Britney, who worked with Britney, says that there was more to their affair than just a kiss. I don't know how much I believe rumors like that right now. I don't want to sound pessimistic, and I don't in any way want to judge someone's character or things like that when I don't know them personally. However, when I'm seeing these exclusives come out that are specifically from TMZ, when we know the history of TMZ and Britney and why they have, in my opinion, I feel that they have a vested interest in making Britney look as bad as possible. This is why I cannot just blindly be like, I believe that, because I can't, because they've lied or they've told a very slanted view of the truth. It's kind of, sometimes I feel like when I listen to TMZ talk about Britney, it's like listening to Obi-Wan Kenobi talk about the reason that Luke Skywalker's father died. You know, that Vader unalived him or whatever. And, and then Luke is like, "Well, you could have told me this or whatever." And then Obi-Wan was like, "Well, it's true from a certain point of view." And that's what I kind of feel like sometimes it is with TMZ. And as we have seen this week with some headlines that have surrounded the passing of Matthew Perry, I hope you all can understand why I'm not putting a huge amount of confidence in that report. That's my opinion. And I'm not saying that they're lying. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying I don't trust the source. That's my point. And quite bluntly, even if it was more than a kiss, that doesn't change the fact that Justin cheated first and with many people. And that's where I will leave that. This is also where she talks about the pregnancy between her and Justin Timberlake. and that it was ended, and they chose to do that at home. Um, Britney has said that if it was up to her, she probably wouldn't have gone through with it, that Justin wasn't ready to be a father. Um, that it was incredibly painful, and she was sobbing on the bathroom floor while Justin played guitar to try to comfort her, which to me is just the most cringy thing ever. I don't even know where to begin on that front. It's just ridiculous. But whatever, whatever. Um, she did say after the event she was messed up for a while. And she said, I still did love Justin so much. It was insane how much I loved him. And for me, it was unfortunate. I should have seen the breakup coming, but I didn't. And then we go into chapter 13. Britney says that when Justin started to make his first solo album, he started to become very standoffish. That she thought that was because he decided to use her as ammunition for the record. I agree with this. Just oh wow, yeah. Yeah. Um he ended the relationship via text message on brand, and Britney was devastated. She said she couldn't speak for months. And this paragraph I wanted to share with you guys. We've talked about it a little bit previously on stream, but this one, oh my goodness. So Justin flew out to Louisiana to visit me. She said, he brought me a long letter he had written and framed. And again, who writes a really long letter, a breakup letter to someone, and frames it before they give it to them?
Narcissist.
Like, that is the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? It's probably like big and plaque. Like, what are you gonna do? Put it over your fireplace? I cannot. I don't understand it. It's so weird. It's so weird. So she said she still has it under her bed. You know what? If it helps Britney feel better, I don't want to judge her too harshly on that. I just think that it's ridiculous that a grown man thought that it was okay to write a breakup letter and frame it. It's embarrassing. And at the end, it said, it makes me cry. It makes me want to cry to think about it. I can't breathe without you. Those are the last words in it. Reading that, I thought, he's a good writer because that's exactly how I felt. It almost felt like I was suffocating, like I couldn't breathe after all that had happened. The thing is, though, even after I saw him and read the letter, I didn't come out of the trance. He did all of that. He came to see me, and I still couldn't talk to him or anybody. So this really, really affected her. Then we go into chapter 14. Britney was contractually obligated to finish her Dream Within a Dream tour, but she was really struggling. She hadn't given herself enough time to heal. But they decided to go forward and they did a few shows in Mexico City. Now, for those of you that are big fans of Britney, you probably know that this was a controversial stop in her tour. She said not only was getting to Mexico difficult, it was scary. Um, there were it, there was a lot of tension surrounding the travel from the sounds of it. And one of the shows had to be canceled halfway through because of a massive thunderstorm. And the thing is, I hear people go like, "Oh, it was a thunderstorm." To me, looking at it, it almost looks like a hurricane level. Like it was not safe. So the show stopped. They did a modified show because Brittany wanted to give everybody something, but it got to a point where it was very scary. And if you ever want to see anything specific about that whole thing, it's covered in a documentary called Stages of her time in Mexico. And it's a really interesting documentary in the sense that it also kind of shows her relationship with the media at the time, and the press being very invasive um, with everything. So after the show, she went home and she reflects on having to do press that she didn't want to do. She didn't understand. All of a sudden, she'd be doing interviews and things like that. And she was like, I don't have anything to promote. Like, my tour's done, the album cycle's done, the other record's not ready yet. I need time to myself. and people just kept coming in to do interviews, and I'm like, "This is starting to sound a little bit familiar to other times when Britney has said, 'I need a break.'" And people around her were like, "No." She was grieving not only Justin, but she was also grieving his family because she said that his family was the most loving and they were amazing. She loved his grandparents and she just didn't feel that same thing with her own family. Um so these quotes I thought were very interesting. So my mom was trying to recover from a divorce from my dad, which she'd finally gone through with. Depressed and self-medicating, she could barely get up off the couch. My dad was nowhere to be found. Common theme. And well, my little sister, well, when I tell you she was a total B word, I'm not exaggerating. The way I screamed, the way producer sister screamed. Oh my gosh. She said, "I've always been the worker bee. While I was doing my thing on the road with Felicia, I hadn't been paying attention to what was happening in Kentwood. But when I came home, I saw how things had changed. My mom would serve Jamie Lynn while she watched TV, bringing her little chocolate milkshakes. It was clear that that girl ruled the roost." And I think it's very interesting because there was an Instagram post, I believe last year, where Britney talks about this at length. It was one of her really, really long posts. She was super angry about it, and was calling it out. And I wonder how much of that like coincides with when she was remembering those experiences for the book or going through it in therapy, and just felt like I need to say this because it was ridiculous. So obviously this really did bother her. And she said, "Meanwhile, it was like I was the ghost child. I can remember walking into my room and feeling like no one walking into the room and feeling like no one even saw me. Jamie Lynn only saw the TV. My mother, who at one time had been the person I was closest to in the world, was on another planet." Brittany concludes the chapter saying that even though she was growing up, she felt like she was going backwards at the same time and felt younger in her mind. She felt vulnerable. Um, oh, this was the second half of the quote. I'm sorry. I just realized I messed that up. More about Jamie Lynn T, though. "And the way adolescent Jamie Lynn spoke to my mother, my mouth would just drop. I'd listen to her spew these hateful words, and I'd turn to my mother and say, 'Are you going to let this little witch talk to you like that?' I mean, she was bad. I felt betrayed by how Jamie Lynn had changed. I'd bought the house for Jamie Lynn to grow up in. She was not exactly grateful for it. And I mean, to this day, literally said in the interviews for things I should have said was like, it's so weird that like Brittany like told my mom, like, if you divorce dad, I'm gonna get you a house. Like, and that's not what it was. And she was talking about how it's like, how do you even let your child talk to you like that? And I'm like, how did your mom let you talk to her the way you apparently did? Also, you're talking like Brittany at this point was a child. She was not. She was a grown adult who was financially providing for the family. So, yeah, she should have a say because it's her work that's paying the bills. It's ridiculous. Am I off base on that, guys? To me, that whole thing, and I know I've talked about it on the show before, really, really bothers me. It's ridiculous. Yeah, she'd later say, "Why'd she get us a house? Like it was some sort of imposition." But that house had been a gift. "I bought it because our family had needed a new house and I wanted to give her a better life than I had." I will never understand Jamie Lynn dragging Britney in the media for this. Never. Because it just shows that she is being a spoiled brat and even to this day is disconnected from the reality of what was going on. That's my opinion. But I think that this speaks volumes. Your older sister built you a house to help keep you safe and to give you a better life. And 20 years later, you're still complaining about it. Exhausting. Exhausting. So then we go into chapter 15. Brittany talks about a party that she went to thrown by Donatella Versace, wearing the rainbow dress, which is my favorite dress by her ever. Ever, 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 ever. I love this look on Britney. I don't think she has ever looked more beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Um, and she said that that night she had an experience where she saw a guy from like across the bar that she thought would be a fun one night stand. So they were in her car and he did something that irritated her. And she doesn't even remember what it was, but she was uncomfortable and she kicked him out of the car. And she said now as a mom, like, she probably would have done things a bit differently, but she was just very uncomfortable and she trusted her instincts and she kicked him out. I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting, but I'm glad that she put her safety first. I hope the guy's okay. But obviously she was uncomfortable, and I think that's fair. If you're uncomfortable, you do what you got to do to keep yourself safe. Ladies, we got to watch out for ourselves. I totally get that. Oh, she then shares about the release of Justified, Justin Timberlake's album, and the media insanity that followed. She references Justin Timberlake's 2020 interview with Barbara Walters. I was screaming because I don't know if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, I brought this up before the book even came out. I brought this up and we watched this clip on my show fully. So they discussed the Crimea River video and how and he continued to be a whiny baby and played an unreleased song called Don't Go, Horrible Woman, while promoting a new record. So again, and I'm going to say this again, I guess it was more important for him to take a pathetic shot at Britney for no good reason than to showcase one of the songs off of his new record that he was trying to sell. The promotion for this record was bashing Britney. It wasn't about letting the songs speak for themselves. It was about the drama. It was about bashing Britney at every opportunity. And I stand by that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So Britney said in the book, "May I just say, on his explosive album and in all the press that surrounded it, Justin neglected to mention the several times he cheated on me. There's always been more leeway in Hollywood for men than women. And I see how men are encouraged to talk trash about women in order to become famous and powerful. But I was shattered." Yep. She talks about the media insanity that followed, her being booed in public, the mass discussion about her virginity. Now, surprising to me, she wasn't mad about being outed for that. She felt like she was cursed after the breakup, but she also was just kind of relieved that it was like, this thing is over. This whole image of her being like a virgin in the media was just it was dead. And she didn't have to do anything. So she was actually kind of relieved. That surprised me because I always felt, I mean, I see that perspective, but at the same time, I still feel like Justin was in the wrong for what he did. I don't think it was okay. I think it just shows what a garbage person he is to think that that was acceptable and respectful, but he wasn't really in that mentality, was he? So, yeah. She went to Arizona with a friend, and while driving through the desert in a convertible, she said she had a spiritual slash paranormal experience, which is an interesting read in the book, to be honest with you. I thought that part was really cool. In chapter 16, Brittany reveals that she heard that Justin slept with 6 or 7 girls in the weeks after their breakup. She also talks about her fling with Colin Farrell, very briefly. I know the media made a big deal out of this, but there really wasn't a huge amount in there about him. Like, they hooked up for 2 weeks, basically. That was it. She shares her struggles with social anxiety, but then she also mentions that the photo shoot that Justin and Christina did, the one for Rolling Stone, was tough on her. And she was surprised by Christina's comments because Christina said something to the effect of, like, "I hope they get back together." And Brittany just responded saying, "Seeing people I'd known so intimately talk about me that way in the press stung. Even if they weren't trying to be cruel, it felt like they were just pouring salt in the wound. Why was it so easy for everyone to forget that I was a human being, vulnerable enough that these headlines could leave a bruise?" That right there. This quote. I had to stop reading. I needed a minute. It was so, so devastating just to see that, because this is part of what I've always kind of felt like I don't understand why people can't comprehend that she is a human being, that people just see her as a product. Oh gosh, yeah, sorry, Ray, I'm gonna put this up. If she had slept with 7 or 6 or 7 guys after the breakup, she wouldn't hear the end of it to the present. 100%, 100%. Oh yeah. Producer sister just said something I cannot repeat. Like that she would have been called. in sarcasm, but she's absolutely right. Um, yeah, I thought that was interesting. So at that point, she found an apartment in New York City and she lived alone for months. One of the only times she left the apartment, a man was behind her on the elevator and said something to her that made her laugh. And I want to just talk about that because from the sounds of it, she was really alone for months. She was in a very dark place. She wasn't doing well. And how cool is it that she leaves her place for one of the few times that she did, and someone makes her laugh. And that person on the elevator that made her laugh was Robin Williams. And she didn't know until after she was laughing, which I love that so much because that was very much something for Robin. He always just wanted to make people laugh and be happy when they were in the worst place. And it was like he could sniff that out and knew exactly what to say to make people laugh. Um, I believe at one point Robin Williams actually sent a bicycle. I can't remember if it was Jimmy Kimmel or if it was, oh, what's his face? Redheaded comedian. Conan. I can't remember if it was Conan or it was Jimmy Kimmel, but just tried to send to him the most ridiculous thing he could think of just to try to make him laugh. I think it was Conan. The more that I think about it, I think it was Conan. But just he went out of his way to make people feel better. And I just love how that was in this book. But another person who helped her out during that time was Madonna. Madonna came to visit her and helped her out spiritually. Britney reflects on being a people pleaser. And Britney talks about how she was too nice to people sometimes and the misogyny in the industry. But Madonna and Britney decided to perform at the VMAs. And she mentions the kiss in passing. Literally, we don't go deep into the kiss. She just goes, yeah, we did. We decided to. We did. That was it. She doesn't get into a lot of detail, but she then does talk about the Me Against the Music collab and the experience of shooting the video. And she said that Madonna demanded power on the set, which she had never really seen before. And it taught her a lot, that experience. And I think it was really powerful for her to see such a powerful woman command that and command her art and her style and her aesthetic and what she wanted and be so unapologetic about it because Britney was so focused on trying to keep everybody around her happy. That just wasn't a thing that she did. And I'm not saying that being a diva is, the way to go necessarily with everything, but I I believe that sometimes respect is demanded. And at a time where women were so poorly respected in the media, I understand why Madonna had to take that type of approach. And that's also why I think there's a lot of pop stars through that time that were women that were very successful that definitely got the diva label. I think about Mariah Carey. I think about Christina Aguilera. I think about Jennifer Lopez. I think about so many of these very successful women that all got labeled diva. And I wonder sometimes if they got labeled diva because they knew what they wanted and they were not going to settle for other people's visions. But I think that's a whole nother topic that we could dive into. But I just, hearing that perspective from Madonna, I thought was very interesting considering the time. Chapter 17. She briefly talks about her album In the Zone, shooting the In the Zone special for ABC, and the songs on the record. Then says that one day there was a knock on the door. And when she opened it, 4 men came in, and one was her father. Hi, where have you been? Okay. They sat down and started asking her questions, and she didn't want to talk to anyone. And a day later, she gets a call that she was going to speak with Diane Sawyer. And she said the interview was humiliating. Britney didn't want to share anything private with the world. She said that interview was a breaking point for her. And we have talked about this interview many, 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 many times on this show. Because it's aged like milk. I don't think it could have aged any worse, and it was bad then and it's bad now. It is so, so terrible, and it really just breaks my heart to watch it now. But it was so exploitative, and I feel like it was designed in a way to try to embarrass her as much as possible and to poke at all of her buttons to make her cry and really just put her in a terrible place. Because part of what came up in this interview was Britney's Aunt Sandra had passed away after a really long illness. And Aunt Sandra was very, very special to Britney. And so sitting down and having somebody grill her about her breakup and how the media was treating her and, that she had done something so terrible to Justin and caused him so much pain, and then also showed her a clip of a governor's wife, um, justifying unaliving her at an anti-violence rally. Like, it's the most ridiculous thing. And then she brings up Aunt Sandra and Brittany just breaks and she just cries. And she literally is like, "Can we stop? I'm embarrassed," and is crying. And they keep that whole shot in the interview. It's just disgusting. It's so gross. And I completely understand why this was her breaking moment of just like, no, I'm not doing press like this anymore. People can't force me to do press like this anymore. And I'm not doing it. And we do absolutely see a change in the way that Britney does press after this point. And I bluntly feel like Britney not doing press for this book, I think it stems back to things like this. She does not want to be put in a position where people are going to ask her questions and specifically try to get a response out of her while she is trying to process trauma. She's not in a place right now where she feels comfortable with doing that. And I think that is completely fair. Completely fair. After Britney went home to Louisiana, she decided to book a trip to Las Vegas. She partied with Paris Hilton. And this was the trip where she married that guy. And I don't know her. I don't give space to people that break into people's houses and threaten people. I just don't. So I don't know her. All right. She clarified that they were drunk, that she didn't love him. They were having fun. And Britney says she felt like her parents treated her like it was World War III. She says now she sees it as a human reaction, a rebellion after being controlled, but she didn't understand why people freaked out the way that they did. It was like there was a team of people that showed up in Vegas and were like, "Ah, I can't believe you've done this." And it's like, okay, it really, like, it was ridiculous. It was going to get annulled. It's fine, but people just panicked. People absolutely panicked, and I just thought it was funny. And this part of the book I thought was sweet. So this is the last part of chapter 17, and this would be the conclusion of going over these chapters. And she said, "Every young person knows what it feels like to want to rebel against your family, especially if they are controlling. I now feel like I was having a very human reaction. They were putting a curious amount of pressure on me about something that I thought was innocuous, I think is the word. And in any case, that was my own business. In fact, my family was so against the wedding, I started to think maybe I accidentally committed a brilliant act because I realized something about my being under their control and not having a stronger connection to someone else had become very, very important to them. What do I have over you guys? I wondered. Why would someone else be such a huge threat? Perhaps it's worth mentioning by this point, I was supporting them financially. Everyone was asking me, where do you go from here? And it was a good question. I had the answer. I told interviewers again and again that what I most wanted was some time to myself. I'd started to dream about finding true love and settling down, and I felt like I had been missing out on life. There we go. So there is chapters 9 to 17. The next book club, we're going to be going over chapters 18 to 23, which I have kind of titled the Onyx Hotel Tour K-Fed / The Boys section. So if you're trying to keep up as you're reading, that's where we're going next. And I hope that that is all right. So I'm looking at the chat. I know I have some support to catch up on. But if you had thoughts about these chapters when you were reading the book, let me know. Or if you just have thoughts of what we just talked about, let me know. I'd love to have a little discussion with you guys about it. Patty sent in a super sticker, which is super kind of you. Thank you. You just became a member too. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's very, very kind of you. Also, I have Maria 24T sent in a super sticker as well. Thank you very much for that. Very, very kind of you. Hi, Tinkle! Hi! Hi! Happy Halloween to you too, and thank you for being a member for 3 months. I very much appreciate you being here. And Shauna, thank you so much for the $10 super chat saying, sorry I'm late. It's Kim. Love, love, love the costume. Well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. Miss Ace is also a member for 9 months. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And 9 months is a long time. Thank you. My goodness. Okay. Jackie Swan said, it's like I said yesterday, they wanted control of the money. I feel like this quote right here, like this whole thing encapsulates so much that it's like Britney makes a choice. It's a choice that her family doesn't agree with. And they have to take over and be like, no, you can't do that. No. And they have to have that control over her. But the thing is, she's allowed as a person to like make mistakes. And I feel like that's a big thing with the Free Britney movement that sometimes bothers me is it's like there's some people now that they're like, well, I don't like what she's doing, so maybe she shouldn't have been free. And it's like, no, actually, she has the right to do whatever the heck she wants to do. And if it makes you uncomfortable, then okay. Like, it's not your life. It's not your life. It's her life. And she should be allowed to live it the way that she wants. And if that is her spinning around in her living room, okay. Like, there's nothing she's doing that's illegal. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, you have to let people find their own way. And I understand now when she talks about how it's like she was struggling with finding her womanhood because she wasn't at a point where she could really truly make her own decisions as an adult because there were always people over top of her. And yeah. Caitlin just said, I love how she didn't do any promotion at all. And the book is such a success. It shows how she is in control now. So happy for her to take back her power. Honestly, I think it was the right move because I honestly fear that if she had sat down and done an interview, that it would have been overexposure because she really didn't have to say anything. And it was trending like crazy. Press was putting out multiple articles every day. Like I would look on People magazine and I know they got the exclusive, but like they would regularly be updating. TMZ was every day, Page 6 was every day. Um, it was just constant. It was absolutely constant. And if she had added more to that, I don't think it could have been escapable. And I also think it's interesting when we saw, and I'm sorry, I have to bring this up, with Jada Pinkett Smith also putting out her memoir around the same time, and the amount of press that she was doing to try to keep her name in the media, and Britney just sitting back and going, I'm going to dance in my front hallway. And that's it. I think that it speaks volumes to the stories that people wanted to hear. And also just that whereas Jada had the red table for so long that she could have said whatever she wanted, basically, Britney never had that. And this was so special for her to be able to just talk. So I thought that was really cool. Sage Warrior, narcissists hate it when you say no. Her family always pushed her when she didn't agree with their decisions, especially about money. Yep. Yep. Is it Dahlia or Dahlia Lusk? I hope I said it okay. K-Fed was a bad choice. Yeah, but I mean, let's be real here. How many marriages end in divorce? Right? Are we going to say that everybody that's had a divorce shouldn't be allowed to make their own choices? I think that's going to disqualify a lot of people. And you know what I mean? Brando from Iowa. She could jaywalk trying to avoid paparazzi and it would be national news. OMG, she's insane and needs help. Ridiculous. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Well, I think we are caught up. So I have to ask you guys, if nobody else has any like big thoughts to say about the chapters, we can move on to some Halloween fun if you guys want. Are we good to do that? Yeah, Shauna, we all make bad choices occasionally. That's being human. That's life. You know what I mean? Denise, Jada releasing a book around the same time and it failed. Narcissists are entertaining. Britney for the win because she never had a talk show. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Should we move on to Halloween stuff? I think we should. So, what we are going to do now is we have a What the What for Halloween. We also have some content that my incredible mod and friend Linda has put together for us. She brought it. She brought it. And there's things that I can't use because of timing today. And I'm so sorry, Linda, but I want to give you credit for it because I know you worked really, really hard. And what I will say to everybody is if you are not subscribed to Linda, please consider doing so. The link to her channel is actually in my description. It's in the description of all of my videos. For the record, your honor. And I would love to see you guys go over and support her because she's incredible and she deserves it. But what she decided to do was dress up as a Britney Spears music video. So she's not Britney, but one of her videos. So I'm going to put up the picture and I want you guys to guess. Okay, so there's going to be 2 hints on the first slide as well as her photo. Oh, no, sorry, the hints are on the next one. So here is the photo of Linda getting herself all ready and dressed up. So the hints. So we're just going to do words. So the first hint is rainbow. Second hint is wedding. So again, this is not Britney, but one of her videos. And I'd love to see in the chat you guys guess. The next hints are microphone and a high-heeled fight. Again, music video that Britney did. Right, LGBTQ wedding. No, no, no. All right. So think about the music videos, her iconic music videos. It's not toxic. I see you guys guessing toxic. I can tell you it is not toxic. So what I'm going to do then is let me pull something up here. Sorry, I've got to pull up a document here quickly. I'm going to do a poll, and the answer is going to be in the poll, and you guys can guess. Okay? How about that? So, poll. Which video is it? Just getting last one. Okay, so is it Hold It Against Me, I Wanna Go, Till the World Ends, or Piece of Me? All right. Someone did get it. 2 people have got it that I can see right now. 3 people have got it. Okay. I'm going to let the votes go to 30 and then I'm going to stop it. All right, you guys are right. 50% of you thought that it was Hold It Against Me, and yes, it is. It is the first music video off of the Femme Fatale album, and in that video, she is in a white dress, like a wedding dress, and she's surrounded by cameras and microphones, and she starts shooting this rainbow paint out of her hands, and at one point through the video, there is a fight of 2 Britneys against each other, and yes, they're in high heels, and it's really, really cute. So you guys got it. You all got it. Thank you, Linda. Lita looks great too. I love it. I think she had a lot of fun with this, and she did great. She did great. Can I get some hearts in the chat for Linda? Because she's amazing. So much fun. Thank you for putting that together. Now, Linda also put together a list of celebrity costumes, so I thought that would be fun to go through, and we could take a look at what some celebs are doing and talk about their costumes. Try to guess what they are. Also, just would love to hear your opinions on them. I think it could be fun. So I've got some here. So to start, we have Kim Kardashian and Northwest doing their best Clueless, which I thought was actually kind of cute. I think they did it well. Sorry, my phone just went off. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was kind of cute. North looks like she's having fun too, which I liked. Then we had Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian doing Beetlejuice, which I think they did it very well. It's fun. It's fun. I think Travis actually does a good Beetlejuice, in all fairness. And I will say the wig is on point for Kourtney. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Then we had Hailey Bieber doing Drew Barrymore's role in Scary Movie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not a big fan of Hailey Bieber. I'm just not. I'm not. It to me this feels cringy. That's my opinion. It's I sometimes I feel like she really, really, really wants people to look at her. And when you do, there just really isn't a lot there. Or it gives off a lot of "you'll always be a fan" energy. I'll just say that. Yeah, is this a costume? I can't. I'm sorry. Like, no. But okay. You do you. Paris Hilton, she had multiple costumes this year, but we had to give a shout out to Paris Hilton in the toxic flight attendant uniform. Perfection. Perfection. Like, hands down. Amazing. Amazing. Curious what you guys think, but I just mean the detailing on it, head to toe, is perfect. It's just she did it right. She did it right. She's my favorite this year. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox dressed up doing Kill Bill, which is it's kind of cool. Megan looks cute. They're a weird couple to me. Does anybody else feel that way? Like I've been kind of concerned about them since Megan Fox made that Lemonade reference. I don't know. I hope they're okay. I hope they're okay. Yeah, Julie, great tribute to Britney from Paris, 100%. Yeah, Shauna, they are a weird couple. They are a weird couple, but I think they know that. So it's like, I don't feel like that's really like a mean thing to say. They know they're just different. Yeah. Jennifer, OMG, they're still together. Toxic couples have hope. I don't know. I just hope that they're doing okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Weird couple, but it's okay. Ice Spice did Betty Boop. And I will be honest with you, it was hard to pick a picture because there was a lot of top and there was also a lot of bottom. And I didn't want to get demonetized because YouTube, as always, I'm trying really hard. But I think she did a good job with it. I think it's fun. But it definitely it went there. It went there. Adele did Morticia. I think she looks great. I actually really like her with black hair. Like, I think she can rock that. She looks great. Okay. Warning to person spamming in the chat. You stop or you're getting timed out. Not okay. Okay. No, Adele looks great. And I think I mean the makeup is on point too. I think it's a lot of fun. Nope. Sorry, you're in timeout. Bye-bye. Halle Bieber, or not, blah, Haley Bieber, we already did her. Halle Bailey did Janet Jackson, which I thought was super cute. Um, she did a really good job. Her and her boyfriend actually dressed up as Tupac and Janet from the movie that they did, and I think she looks stunning, absolutely stunning. Um, so gorgeous, and I'm not gonna lie, I like the Bailey sisters. I do. I think they're both incredibly talented, very fun to watch, and I think they are not going anywhere anytime soon. Icons in the making, 100%. Kendall Jenner did Marilyn Monroe. I don't know how to put this, but, like, when you look at, I don't mean to, like, compare siblings, like, I know that that's annoying, but I feel like a lot of celebrities go really, really out there for Halloween. They really have a lot of fun with it. They really take it seriously, and I think you can see that, like, with Kim, and you could see it with Courtney, and I just feel like this is kind of, it's okay. Does anybody else kinda feel that? Like it's not that it's bad. It's not that it's bad, it's just I just feel like I expected more, but maybe that's, like, on me, right? Because she's not responsible for living up to my expectations by any means, but I just, eh, yeah. Brandon, that too. Brandon, that too. Mm-mm. 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 Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Lizzo did Tina Turner, which I thought was very sweet in her memory, and I think she did a good job with it. I think the detailing is stunning on the dress, and she had fun. So I give that a hands up. I thought that was due. That was good. And those were the 10 that I picked out for you guys to look at for that. I thought that was fun. Yeah, Beth, it's okay, but she could have done better, like the iconic white dress. I mean, there's the iconic white dress, there's the iconic orange dress. She could have done Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, the pink dress. There's many, 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 many outfits that she could have picked. Many. Yeah. But yes, I think Paris's costume wins Halloween. She is my absolute favorite. I think she just knocked it out of the park. And I love seeing my girlies supporting girlies. It's a good time. Her son was the pilot?
Yeah, there's a shot of them together.
Okay, I just was told that her son was the pilot.
I think he was the pilot.
Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find this because that's really cute. That's really, really cute. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Oh my gosh, they did. Because, okay, I'll share screen. She also did a costume where she dressed up as Katy Perry with one of her outfits, I believe, from her residency, which I wasn't super familiar with, and I didn't know how many people really would be. No, no tea, no shade. But yeah, there is a People article when they talked about her. I'll just show the Paris Hilton. But there is her baby. So yeah, so for Toxic, he's the pilot, and for the Katy Perry one, he's also a mushroom. That is so cute. Yep. She wins Halloween. She won. She won. It's done. Scott! That is an image I do not need. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sarai, exactly. Other celebrities dressed up as Britney supporting her. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, and I want to be clear, Little Monster 414. OMG, Ice Spice is so cute. She is cute. It just was like trying to find a picture that I wasn't going to get in trouble for. I just felt like she really pushed it. But she's gorgeous. Like, no hate to her whatsoever. Yeah, it's just hard to find something. That's all. That's all. I'm just trying to be careful. Oh my goodness. Yes. Sliving! Yes! Houston, not fair to use babies as part of the costume. You know what? I have used my puppies as part of the costume. I think it is entirely fair. Entirely fair. And I kept on seeing people be like, if Kim's doing slave, I really hope that Bear's banana. I don't even know how I would do that. How do I make my toy poodle into a python? I don't know. Yeah. I would do a poll, but I think everybody probably would just be like, Paris won. Paris won. You know what I mean? Shauna just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much and welcome to New Space Angels. I very much appreciate it. I did want to ask you guys, and I know it's because it is a time of day, also because there's lots of people doing Halloween streams, and much love to everybody who is enjoying this holiday. And we're all just having a good time because that's what it's supposed to be about. I know the views are going to be a bit lower on this video, so if you would not mind hitting that like button, making sure you are subscribed. If you could leave a comment on the stream at the end of it, it would mean the world to me. It really helps with engagement. Um, and I very much appreciate you choosing to be here with me. It means the world, and thank you so much. And I hope you all are having a great Halloween. Subi Sooth has been a member for 8 months. That's so cute. It is. It is. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being a member for so long. It's very, very kind of you. Yeah. Brandon Torres, Ice Spice was heavily censored as Betty Boop on Insta. I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. I saw some of the pictures. I was like, oh man. Oh wow. Okay. There's your poll. Did Paris win? Yes or no? Do you want me to do it? Well, we can do it. We can do it. Did Paris win Halloween? Did she? Aw, Shauna, thank you. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And also, Jackie, you guys are so cute. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Jem Van Vegas, thank you so much for the super sticker. Very cute. Very, very cute. Oh, no, hang on. That's not the right one. It was popcorn. Katie's came up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, so yours is the popcorn. Thank you. Thank you for the popcorn. And Katie Artist 94 as well sent in a $5 super sticker of the puppy. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I got confused. Oh, thank you. Julie said you always do a great job on your videos. It shows you put a lot of effort into them. I do try very hard. I do. I try very, very hard. But I also feel like it's kind of like if I don't put the work in and I don't care about what I'm doing, why should anybody else? I strongly believe that. Like if you just show up and you're not putting the work in, to me it's just kind of that's not really respecting your audience. It's not respecting people's time. Um so that's part of why I do all of that. How are we doing on the poll, everyone? Oh, we got some haters in the house. That's okay. That's fine. Basically 90% were like, yeah, Paris won. I think she did. Oh, Casanova. Is it I can never say it.
Casanova.
Is it Casanova? But I feel like it's Novana. There's an Novana. Casanovana. Said sorry, I was all about the clueless duo. Much love to mom and kiddo pair ups. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I totally see that. I accept that. I accept it. Brandon said, great costume. Thank you. Love the work you put into it. Thank you for the super chat. That's very kind of you. Yeah, the costume was fun. Actually, I wanted to do this last year. I wanted to do Oops last year. And I was searching high and low, but I think we were still having some supply chain issues at that point. And at least where I was. And the red jumpsuit, I could only get it if it was like pure latex. And all the reviews said that it was incredibly uncomfortable and it was going to be hundreds of dollars. And I was like, I am not spending that much money to be horribly uncomfortable for a day. Like that just sounds awful to me and I'm not doing it. So I found the suit for much more reasonable price and much more comfortable material. And I went, okay, let's do that then. And then I ordered this wig. I'm gonna roast this wig for a minute. I'm sorry. It was supposed to be stylable, so you could move the part around. No, lies. It also was supposed to be high quality enough that you could use like hot tools on it. So if you needed to straighten it, you could. Lies. Lies. It said it was good up to 300 degrees. I put my straightener on it at 270. And I can tell you, my straightener is not messing around. It is serious. It is professional grade because that's what my hair needs, or else it just doesn't work. So I know when my straightener says it's 270, it was 270. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. So I had to get very creative with it. I was very frustrated by that. But I think overall it works. I think you can tell what I'm going for, and I think that's always the most important part. So it was fun. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah. It was fun. But I'm glad. It came together really well. And special thanks to my fella for helping me get everything all put together. It was very, very kind of him. Oh, David Knight said it's Kim. You look great in the costume. Thank you very much. All of you guys, thank you. I don't want to go through all the compliments because I feel weird, but thank you all very much for that. Yeah. Sarai, why didn't they just make it into the hairstyle of the real look? You made it work, Kim. Oddly enough, Oops, I Did It Again wigs are not in super high demand. But I have to say it is a trip seeing myself as blonde again because I was blonde for a very long time. I was blonder than this for a very, very, very long time. Like I was where it goes like the ombre at the bottom, like blonder than that. I was like
You were white blonde.
I was Daenerys Targaryen blonde for a couple of years. And yeah, so it's been like yeah, I've done blonde, super blonde, brown, purple, red, black. Am I forgetting anything?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Like different shades of red.
Yeah, different shades of red. I've done like Ariel red and I've done like dark red, like a vampy red. And
purple.
Pardon?
You did the purple.
Yeah, the purple I did for a little bit. I loved the purple, but it was a nightmare to keep going because it faded within like 2 weeks and I couldn't keep it that way. Like it just I could not get my hair to keep it. So that was I think when I went brown.
Yeah.
I just was like, forget it, I'm done. I go through these phases where it's like I want to be blonde and then I do blonde for a while and it's so much upkeep that I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I go dark and then I'm like, this is so boring now. I want to go light. And I go back and forth. I've always done that. Yeah, Random from Iowa. I had blue, but it was so hard to maintain. Oh my gosh. Like bleach blonde is hard to maintain, but once you find your products, like you can do it. You can totally do it. You can do it for a long time. But the wild colors, it's so hard. And it's always like finding a permanent version that isn't going to bleed everywhere. So all of your sheets don't turn that color and everything else. It's just so much work. So much work. Marsh asks, "What's your national color? Your natural color?" I call mine icky mousy brown, not a pretty brown. Yeah, mine is like a light brown slash dirty blonde. Um, it's like brund, they call it now, I guess. Um, it's actually basically like my eyebrows. Um, and you can see my roots sometimes on stream. Yeah. King Bob, silver is easy. I actually have wanted to try doing silver. I really have because I think it looks really cool. Looks really, really cool. Blank Shaftesbury, one streak of purple is cool and less trouble. Oddly enough, actually, I have producer sister found these like really fun clip-ins that I want to use. Just putting like really fun colors in your hair just for the heck of it. I think that's really fun. I enjoy that. Jennifer said purple fades the quickest, pink for the win. Though, even though I'm on a blonde break, lol. Exactly. Sometimes you just have to take a break. Ray, I went orange after a failed bleach attempt. I've done that. I have done that. Yeah. Vicky A said, I have trouble going red. My hair won't take it. Yeah, you got to find the right dye. And it's honestly, I think it takes a couple rounds for you to really get it rich in color and for it to stay. Billy Cat, bright colors never stay on my hair. It's hard. It's hard. Oh, DVD, for a year after chemo, when my hair came back in, I switched up different rainbow colors for about a year. It damaged hair big time. But it sounds like it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. All right. Little Monster, I had blue hair for over 2 years. OMG with long hair. It's my pick on here. Never again. I'd advise against blue hair. I think you really have to know someone that knows how to do it, or you really have to get, um, you know, the right products, and sometimes that can be difficult. Brandon, I regret using Sun-In during my summers in the 90s. Oh my gosh, who remembers Sun-In? Who remembers Sun-In? Oh my goodness. Okay. So, we have What the What. And today, because I speak in memes and memes are my love language, we are going to go through Halloween memes. Courtesy of Producer Sister. Thank you very much, Producer Sister. I have not seen any of these, and I am excited to go through it with you guys. All right. Halloween memes. So Halloween, walking past me in August, like, ugh. So it's like that moment of when it's like almost like your September being like August, like, but I'm great. It's the summer. And then Halloween walking by. Completely get that. Completely get that. Them. I'm so sad. Summer will be ending soon. Me, yeah, with the pumpkin spice lattes and everything else. I may or may not be having a pumpkin spice frap right now. He's looking at pumpkin butt. Thank you, General Scott. I am curious if you guys are into like seasonal drinks. What is your favorite fall drink? Because I know there's a lot of people that love pumpkin spice, but I know there's also a lot of people that love the apple drinks. There's some caramel ones that come out too. Just curious to see, do we have a lot of pumpkin basics here like me, or do we have other fun stuff I would love to see in the chat? Me, it's almost Halloween. Them, what? It's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. And honestly, this makes me laugh because it's like, I feel like sometimes it's frustrating when stores are pushing Halloween, but also simultaneously pushing Christmas. Get your Christmas away from my Halloween. Like, can you not wait until November 1st? Please. Like, 2 months of the year to celebrate one holiday is enough. We don't need to start in September. That's my opinion. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's how I feel. So Shauna said Starbucks has a creme brulee, which I love. Yes, I love creme brulee. Love creme brulee. Producer Sister, waiting for the Christmas drinks. I know you are. Also the cranberry bliss bar.
Yes.
Those are always a big hit in my house. We're gonna figure it out. Rando from Iowa said, I'm a hot cocoa person myself. Curious, Rando, where is your favorite place to get hot cocoa? Because I'm coming to the conclusion that most hot cocoa is not created equal. Like, I've had some that's really not good and then some that's incredible, and I'm just interested to like where you would prefer to get that. Katie Artist 94, I am too addicted to peppermint drinks to try fall drinks. At least you're honest and you know yourself. DVD said mulled spiced apple cider. My husband loves apple cider big time. I picked up some of that for him actually the other day. So he had some for today. I know he will be enjoying it today. Vicky A said cocoa. Same question to you. What's your favorite kind? Marsha Haas, pumpkin everything for me. Yes. Yes. Houston said eggnog. We picked up our first eggnog of the season a couple days ago. I know I just said get your Christmas away from my Halloween, but I will make an exception for eggnog because I would have eggnog all year round if it was available. Hands down. Hands down. I love putting it in my coffee. It's so good. It's so, so good. Miss A said pumpkin spice. Yeah, from Tim's. Everything else was sweet. Then I found out you can ask for less sweetness. Can you? At Tim's. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, Shauna Brown. No Christmas till November 12th. Canadians, no. Canadians, no. Yep. King Bob, yes, apple cider. Jennifer Marie, yes, I'll be decorating tomorrow. You and my mother. When I was growing up, it was so funny because my husband was very, very into Halloween and still is. We're actually having like a Halloween dinner tonight because he was sick. Like we were all really sick on his birthday earlier this month, so we just moved it. So he's having like a hybrid Halloween birthday thing. And so when we were dating, I would like go out, we go to parties or whatever, and I come home Halloween night. So come in the door at like 11 and I would just see like garlands starting to go up already. And I'm like, it's not even midnight. It's not even midnight. Why? Miss Ace, peppermint mocha is hot chocolate or just peppermint mocha hot chocolate? Sounds good. Yeah, watch out. Mariah Carey is about to break loose. Run for the hills. It's time. I'm not going to go that high. That's not happening. Lots of apple cider. Vicky said my Walmart had Christmas stuff in July. That is wrong. No. No. Stop. Stop. No.
Don't blame the store. It's not the store's fault.
What do you mean?
So we used to get stuff stupid early at the bookstore.
And you had no space?
We had no space.
Oh, okay. Producer sister.
Us like 70 boxes of Christmas cards.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Producer sister just shared with me when she used to work at the Christian bookstore, they would get like boxes and boxes and boxes of holiday cards in like July and they had nowhere to put them. So they had to put them out. That sucks. But okay. I blame head office.
Exactly. I'm saying it's not the individual store.
Yeah. I blame head office.
We had nowhere to put them. The back wasn't big enough.
Mm-hmm. Miss Ace, cranberry ginger ale from Canada Dry is my favorite. Speak on it. Yes. Yes. 100%. 100%. Ray said hot wine during Christmas time is good. Yep. It's true. It's true. Jennifer Marie, it is criminal if hot chocolate is made with water. Agreed. Yeah. You guys are fun. I'm just reading through everything. Caramel macchiato! Producer sister says hi. That's her poison. All right, we'll go to the next meme. My friends, summer's almost over. Me with the Halloween candy. And the pumpkin spice. Yes. Yes. I mean, very much that is me. Honestly, this summer for me just wasn't a huge amount of fun. Because I think there were so many fires and that made it difficult to go outside. And so I didn't get to go and enjoy the summer that much. And then it was so incredibly hot. And then it was just like, I was ready. I was ready for fall. I was very ready for fall. So yes, that was very much me this year. When it's officially summer, but you're ready for fall. Yep. Mike Myers in the pool. Oh my goodness. I feel like some Nerd Report fans up in here will enjoy that. The carved watermelons. I've never seen a jack-o'-lantern as a watermelon before. And the pineapple. Is this a thing we need to start doing?
Apparently.
Like people, do we need to just start making more jack-o'-lanterns and different fruits and veggies? I mean, why not? Could be fun. Why not? Next meme. She's a 10, but is already excited about Halloween. So she's actually a 15. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Never be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. Spirit Halloween should be open all year so I can home decor shop. Change my mind. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I have to say too though, as someone that loves Disney, all the Haunted Mansion stuff they had this year at Spirit and the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff they had at Spirit. Oh wow, great restraint on my part was shown. Great restraint. I may or may not have a Foolish Mortals mat in my front hallway currently. Like it just the stuff that they put out was just so good. And I was very surprised to see as much of it as they had. How I look standing outside Spirit Halloween the first day they open. Good morning. That's not creepy at all. But I mean, it's true though. It's true though. Rando, yes. Well, yeah, hit the clearance tomorrow. We won't be doing it this year because we have some dietary stuff going on in the house right now. But it was very normal for my husband and I, November 1st, to go out to all the stores and find the cheapest Halloween candy we could and stock up. And then we would keep that and we would like bring it out as needed and we would have like a stash. Yeah, 100%. What Jackie's one? My friend made a lantern out of a marrow and it exploded all over the neighbor. It was really funny. What? I'm trying to imagine what that would even look like. That's wild. Silence of the Lambs, another great movie. Oh my gosh. That's another thing I'd love to show you guys, but I don't think I think I would get in trouble for it. There's a video from a creator that made a musical based on Silence of the Lambs, and they made a music video of one of the songs out of Lego. And so it's a Lego short of a song called Put the Effing Lotion in the Basket. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I screamed. I was absolutely screaming, and I always think of that whenever I see anything to do with Silence of the Lambs. I immediately think of that Lego video. Maybe I'll share it later with you guys in like a community post because it's a moment. It's a moment. It's like full Broadway style. It's ridiculous with Lego. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Get in, loser. We're going Halloween shopping. Yes. I love the orange car too. Like someone saw the orange car and got that idea. I have the feeling the car came first. I love it. I love it. Love it. Soraya just said Puerto Ricans make hot cocoa with chocolate cortez. It's a block of chocolate and it melts in the milk as you stir it. Oh, cool. So that's like, to me, that almost sounds like now what we're doing for like the hot chocolate bombs. You know what I mean? Like that's the circle things you can get now, like the bath ones you put in, but you put it in your milk. Yeah, that's really cool though. That's very, very cool. I like the block of chocolate. I'm interested in that. Me, I am not going to spend all my money on Halloween decorations again this year. Also me. It's hard because you also have like buyer's remorse sometimes if you don't, right? Because you can't get it until next year. It's not like you could just run back and find it because Spirit isn't open and Halloween sections aren't all the time. Whereas there's actual like Christmas stores you could go to, for example, and we just don't really have that for Halloween. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. Yeah. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Little Miss buys Halloween decorations for everyday home decor. Yes, because we have taste. We have taste. Actually, I am very proud. I did add a couple little things today. I have my black plant from IKEA that I thought was super cute. I'm like, oh, that's adorable. And then like my my ghost candles all around. And I will show you all this. If I don't know if anybody remembers this baby from last year. Does anyone remember this? This is a puppy that I found at Canadian. Oh, okay. Hang on. Okay. This is a puppy that I found at Canadian Tire. So it is a puppy going trick-or-treating, and he's asking for more candy. And I don't know how well it's gonna work on my hand, but it dances and it sings, "Give me more, give me more treats." The way I like screamed in store, and I was like, "I don't care how much this is, I'm buying it." It was so perfect. It's so perfect. So yes, that puppy has to make an appearance on Halloween always. Always, always. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm obsessed with this. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, so good. Ray, I just remember these vagina candles all of a sudden. I still have my This Smells Like couch. I still have that. But yeah, so funny. So funny. Okay, back to the there we go. Little Miss buys Halloween decorations for everyday decor. Yes, we do, because we have taste. Take her somewhere special. Oh, Spirit Halloween. I have never seen one of the waving inflatable things outside of Spirit. I love him. He's so cool. When the guy at Spirit Halloween asks you if you need any help, I know more than you. That's my husband. He also loves that character, in all fairness. Like, he really does. He loves him. So that just works on way too many levels. Was that the one you showed him earlier and he burst out laughing? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. That's good. I'm going to a few stores. I'm going to the store to get a few Halloween decorations. Me at the store. Exactly. Why? Get your Christmas away from my Halloween. It's September. It is September. Rando. Wacky waving inflatable arm. Flailing tube man. Yes. Exactly. Feels the cold breeze outside. Me. Yep. Yep. I think it's also like it's the fall smell, right? It's the fall smell. It's the leaves. It's all the good stuff. It's all the good stuff. Me on September 30th versus October 1st. An ex-wife. Oh my goodness. I have to say that Mean Girls scene with the Halloween, that is so ridiculously iconic. Everything from the I'm a mouse, duh, to just all of it is so good. And it perfectly encapsulates costumes for women. Perfectly. Perfectly. Me on social media now until December. What is that? Who did that? Why does that? Okay, you know what I'm honestly stuck on right now? And if anyone has seen it, I know you'll know what I'm talking about. The movie Troll 2, which if you have not seen it, Troll 2 is no matter where you're looking, it is a finalist for the worst movie of all time. There is literally a documentary about it called The Best Worst Movie of All Time because it is so bad. So bad on every level. And you would think Troll 2 would be a sequel. It's not. Troll 2 is its own movie. It has nothing to do with Trolls, the first one. It was literally, from my understanding, it was a marketing gimmick because when the studio saw how bad it was, they were like, why don't we try to make it a sequel and then maybe somebody will go. And there are no trolls in Trolls 2. There are goblins. And they all live in Nilbog, which is goblin spelled backwards. The acting is terrible. Exactly. Thank you, Kyle. It is iconic. It is iconic. But there's this like green slime that they use in that movie that the trolls eat. Does that not look like the green stuff? Kyle, like, can you tell me? Like, does that not look like the green stuff from Troll 2? It's absolutely bizarre. Like, I'm sorry. That's all I see. Troll 2 is one of those movies that when I saw it for the first time, I had to give myself breaks because I was laughing so hard I was crying. The only movie I have laughed that hard in since has been The Room. Like, we're talking that level of bad. Thank you, Kyle. I am not insane. Oh my goodness. Summer is over. It is rainy, dark, and cold. I hope you are happy, you pumpkin spice loving freaks. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Are there a lot of ads going right now, guys? Because I've seen a few comments about it, and I know we are monetized, but I try to do it that the ads aren't regular. I have it at a very, very far frequency. So you shouldn't be getting them regularly. Ads are horrible today? Okay, I will take a look at my settings and I'll see if I can fix that because it shouldn't be doing that, and I apologize to you guys for that. But I do have it set that everything should be skippable. Everything should be skippable. So I will do what I can. Do I watch this at Halloween or Christmas? Both. Both is good. And all the time. You could also watch it on Valentine's Day. You could watch it on Independence Day. You could watch it on Easter if you wanted. It's a great movie. Why not? It's pumpkin season. Any questions? Oh my gosh! Who are you? I'm David Pumpkins. Any questions? Yes, several. I love David Pumpkins. I know that there's so many people that think that it's so stupid, but I just remember watching David S. Pumpkins. I remember watching it for like when it actually happened, and I was like crying. I was laughing so hard. It's so stupid. So stupid, but amazing. Amazing. I'm David Pumpkins. And that is the last one. Thank you very much, producer sister, for the memes. I think we had a lot of fun with that. We love the David S. Pumpkins. All right. Well, you guys, I know this stream is a bit shorter than normal. But I know many of my friends are also streaming today, and I don't want to be on at the same time as them. So I am going to wrap up the the stream today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween and a lot of fun. And keep yourself safe. Have a good time. Enjoy the candy if you can. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you guys so much. I do want to double check I'm not missing any support that I forgot about. No, I think we're good. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to play the ending. If you guys would not mind, I would very, very, very much appreciate today if you could leave a comment. So the ending screen is going to play for about 10 seconds. Then you should be able to reload. And if you could leave a comment, it would mean the world to me. Thank you so much, you guys. Much love.